The serpent and Eve were good friends. Did you know that Adam was with Eve when the serpent deceived Eve and gave her the forbidden fruit? Why couldn't Adam stop his wife from committing a sin that would bring eternal damnation to humanity? Why did Eve fall for the serpent's deceit? Now let us see the picture of what exactly transpired in the garden. When God created Adam and Eve and all other things, they appeared perfect before God. Also, God did not place Adam above Eve until sin was committed. Adam had called Eve flesh of my flesh and bone of my bones. In fact, they had become one flesh after Eve was created. None dominated the other. They both dominated other things that God had created. It was after they had sinned that God placed Adam above Eve. Genesis 3 verse 16 says, "Your desire shall be to your husband, and he shall rule over you." Adam had trusted Eve and believed that she knew what she was doing. The serpent had always spent time with Eve, even in the presence of Adam. It was easier for the devil to have used the serpent against Eve because of their friendship. It was after the fall that God put enmity between the snake and the woman. Sounds funny, but they had been best of friends. The serpent had walked upright, having arms and legs before it was cursed. Genesis 3:14. The more time Eve spent with the serpent, the more likely she would fall for its tricks. Let us pause for a minute to examine a similar scenario with Joseph and Potiphar's wife. The Bible says that she spoke to Joseph day by day. Joseph had endured the temptations of his master's wife until the struggle became intense that he ran away, leaving his master's house. Eve could have rebuked the serpent, or walked away, or re-emphasized God's instruction to them. For Adam, he saw all that transpired but went ahead to eat the fruit because of the love he had for Eve. Adam could have also rebuked the serpent and protected his woman. Did you know that if Adam had not eaten the fruit, Eve would be driven out of the garden, and he would become lonely again? Friends, the Lord has given us an escape route over every temptation. 1 Corinthians 10:13. We should depend on God when faced with diverse trials and temptations. We should not be ignorant of the devices of the enemy, and always put on the armor of God. Always remember that no one loves you more than Jesus Christ.